Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. What a result for United. What an early kickoff here, especially for me in Canada. 7:30 kickoff. United pick up all 3 points, clinch third place in the Prem. You already got UCL, so no one will be third. Nice consolation prize. Let's go over it. It was a great game. Nice back and forth action for both teams. Start off going over the goals. Didn't have to do this last week as it was a 0-0 draw we covered. Luke Shaw scores in the 5th minute. It lands on his foot. He brings it down nicely and just like blasts it past Matt Sell of Nottingham Forest. Give United a 1-0 lead 5 minutes in. Then Morato for Nottingham Forest, assisted by Elliot Anderson off of like a weird corner set play or something. I'll be honest, really wasn't paying attention. That will make it 1-1 in the 53rd minute. Mateus Cunha would then strike back to make it 2-1 Manchester United. Lots of controversy on that goal. A couple weird deflections, and then eventually landed at Cunha's foot, and he did put it in the back of the net. Talk about the controversy there more in depth once we get to Brian Mbeumo. Talking about Mbeumo in the 76th minute, he made it 3-1. Bruno grabs the ball on the wing, kind of like crosses it in, lands to Mbeumo, and he puts it in the back of the net. Gets Bruno his 20th assist of the year. Made it 3-1 at the time. Then a couple minutes later, Morgan Gibbs-White, nice picked out ball by Elliot Anderson, crosses it in, and Gibbs-White makes a great run, lands at his foot, and just kind of like deflects it in with his foot, make it 3-2. After that, Forest had a couple threatening chances, but nothing much. United had a couple threatening chances, and Bruno probably should be on assist number 21 by now, but we'll talk about it all and more once you start going over the game. As for the stats, possession, Forest did lead 51 to 49%, but Forest, once United were up 3-1 and Forest needed to go at the end of the game, they were possessing the ball more, so that should be expected. Expected goals, United had over 4 expected goals compared to Forest's 1.75. United, they didn't even score more goals than they were expected to get, so they were really threatening today. But Forest, Matt Sells definitely kept them at bay. Had a nice, really nice save at the end there. Total shots, United 29 to 11 for Nottingham Forest. Shots on target, 8 to 4 in favor of United. United did commit 11 fouls to only Forest's 5, and United did have the advantage in corners, 7 to 6. As Casemiro do after he scored, I'm currently doing the 6-7. Don't know why I'm discussing this, but yeah, let's get into my thoughts on the game. I thought United were definitely the better team. I thought they controlled the game more, even it's weird to say, even though Forest had more possession. But United definitely were the more threatening team. I felt like a team who were going to score more, and that does show in the expected goals. On the one hand, United, they scored early. After United scored, I thought Forest were good. But the issue with Forest is I just didn't think their final ball, or when they got close to the 18-yard box, they're just sloppy. And in that first half, it really killed them. United then had a couple chances to score at the end of the first half, and Mbeumo did hit the post. Player on the goalie, couldn't put it in the back of the net. Second half, again, thought United were the better team. Forest started off really good, got that goal from Morato, but then United answers right away and controls the game. Once Forest tied the game, I thought United really controlled the game from there until Mbeumo scored to make it 3-1. After that, Forest scores quickly. Then they're trying to start pushing for a goal, especially once United made some subs. Forest were definitely the more controlling team of the game. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. They never had any truly threatening chances. There were like a couple Morgan Gibbs-White one-on-one chances. One time he got the shot off. It was stopped. United went the other way. And then Mbeumo hit the post in the first half, but it was likely Gibbs-White was offside. Second one, couldn't even get a shot off. So, yeah, I mean, United pick up the 3 points. Played a hell of a game. Start going over players here. Definitely go in depth on the United players. Sonny Lawmans, I thought, was fine. Again, there weren't any truly threatening chances for Forest. Did have a couple of huge stops, but other than that, nothing that was too threatening from Forest. But he played good. I thought, again, he was United's man to match against Sunderland. Today, I did go elsewhere, as you'll see, who I did give the star to. Luke Shaw scored early, had a late yellow card. I thought he was class today. Really, really good defensively. And again, did score that goal. Thought he also did have some threatening runs in behind, just wasn't really ever looked for. Licha, I thought Lisandro Martinez was class today defensively, especially in that second half. I thought he really neutralized Forest and was a main reason why Forest didn't have any threatening chances. Harry Maguire, thought he was fine. Didn't really notice him too much, which can be a good thing, especially for defenders. If you don't really notice defenders, that means they're probably doing their job. Thought he looked good. It was good muscling off players, off chances for Forest, and yeah, just thought he had an overall solid performance, nothing to like be disastrous about. Diogo Dalot, again, same with Maguire, didn't really notice him too much. He did have a chance at the end of the game, which again would have been a 21st assist for Bruno if he just finished. He hit the post. So, yeah, Dalot. The one thing with Diogo Dalot, I do probably overhate on him a bit. He is the worst shooter I've ever seen. He just cannot shoot a ball for whatever reason. And today's shot he had wasn't even a bad shot. He just hit the post. The one time he's accurate, he's too accurate and hits the post perfectly. So I don't know. Other than that, I thought he had a couple sloppy passes, but nothing too bad. And yeah, I mean, Delo, as much as I would like new fullbacks, I don't think a new right back in the summer window would be necessary. I think there are other strengths we have to cover. Kobe Mainu, number 37 there. Again, thought he was fine. I thought he was fine. Thought he played a good game, especially defensively. Late, I thought Kobe Mainu defensively late in the game was very, very good. Had a couple key interceptions. Going forward, he had a nice flick pass to, I think, Bruno it was, late in the game, but first half didn't really notice him much. And again, he is playing in the part of a pivot. That's not the worst thing in the world if I'm not noticing Kobe Mainu. If he was one of the attackers and I wasn't noticing him, I'd be a bit more upset. Fine performance for Kobe Mainu, class as always. And I mean, it was hard in the game against Elliot Anderson to try and probably playing for that starting spot at the World Cup. I'll have a World Cup video, especially once the United season's over out, especially talking about England, as I do outside of Canada, do support England internationally. So we'll talk about that later. Casemiro, final home game. Good send-off. I thought he was really good to start the game. Second half, I thought he was a bit more sloppy. Did get a yellow card there late on when Forest went and scored and was obviously subbed off. But yeah, Casemiro, absolute warrior these past couple of years. To go and have that good first year in 2023, absolutely fall off the face of the planet in 2024, to where you're not even put in the squad for an FA Cup final. Then last year, sucked the first half. Get that famous quote from Jamie Carragher. I thought he was really good the second half, especially in the Europa League. And then this year he's been absolutely class. Casemiro, what a player, and will be missed. It won't be easy to replace him, and I hope wherever he does go, he does have success. Mateus Cunha scored a goal. Thought he had some threatening moments. Played an overall good game. Bruno Fernandes, obviously I give my star to because he did get the record tying assist, number 20. So match week 38, my only thing I want to see youngsters playing. I want to see Bruno get the assist record. Amad Diallo wasn't really noticeable in the first half, but I will say this. I also don't think they were giving him the ball much. Like, the play wasn't going through his side, so I can't really complain too much. Second half, he's definitely more noticeable, especially late in the game. Once Mbuemo, Cunha, those guys were subbed off. And it was him, Xerxes, Dorgu. I thought Ahmad was more noticeable because he was probably the best attacker of the three. Brian Mbuemo scored a goal, missed a huge chance that would have been Bruno's 21st assist, missed a huge chance where he hit the post, missed plethora of chances. But I'll say this, I said this in my first video, I don't rate players, I don't think a player had a bad game if he's missing chances. I like when my player gets chances. So the amount of chances that Brian Mbuemo was getting, I like. He was opening up for other players and he was providing chances for United to score. He probably had like 2 or 3 of the expected goals United had today. He eventually did get a goal, which was Bruno Fernandes' 21st assist. So Brian Mbuemo, I thought he was very good today. I liked his game. Yes, I'd like him to be more clinical. I was seeing some people say his confidence was definitely shot. If anything, that goal was a huge confidence booster for Mbuemo. And I think for 2026-27, he'll be a huge player. I'm sure once the season starts up, we'll see the Brian Mbuemo we saw in the first half of this year. As for the subs, Xerxes, Mount, and Dorgu, they were all pretty noticeable in their stints. Xerxes had a couple chances, including a chance to get Bruno's 21st assist, if I'm not mistaken. First shot stopped, then he got the rebound and shot it, and Matt Sells made a hell of a save. Like, he was lying on the ground and ended up getting a foot or arm or something on it. Don't know how he stopped that. Mason Mount did a good job replacing Casemiro in that pivot today, I thought. Helped progress the ball well forward late in the game. Patrick Dorgu, he had a chance for Bruno's 21st assist, which would have been a beautiful assist, by the way. It was an incredible pass straight to Dorgu. It was like a hard hit, like driven low cross. It went straight to Dorgu and couldn't finish, unfortunately, but overall thought the subs were noticeable. As for Forest, who I'm going to shout out, thought Elliot Anderson, you can see the 2 assists. I thought he was class. His pivot partner, Dominguez, I thought he was really good as well. I thought that pivot for Forest, really good. I thought their defense was a bit suspect, but the pivot did a good job. Morgan Gibbs-White looked threatening, had a couple chances, eventually did get a goal. And yeah, I thought they were good. I'm not going to say Forest were bad. I thought Forest had good chances. They're definitely in the game. It wasn't like 100% United domination. Forest had their chances. They could have easily tied this game. At the same time, they could have easily lost 5 or 6-2. I thought, again, we'll also give credit to Matt Sells. Definitely played a good game. And yeah, I mean, United, 1 game to go. We play Brighton away, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's our final game. What I'd like to see, I talked about it for a split second. I would like to see youth involved. Shea Lacey, Cheeto Obi, Jim Thwaite some minutes, other options as well. I would like to see those guys given a few minutes. I wouldn't mind maybe Lacey and Obi even starting the game, especially if Sesko's not back. I've missed Benjamin Sesko. Definitely would love Benjamin Sesko back, and if he's not back, would love to see Obi and Shea Lacey given some minutes for sure. Bruno, obviously, when you want the record, and yeah, just go off on a high note. Other than that, so yeah, we have one more game remaining. Don't worry, I might make a video on the UCL final between Arsenal and PSG. I'm not fully sure on that one yet. I will be covering the World Cup and all the games that happen there. And yeah, that's really it for me. If you've liked what you've seen, make sure to subscribe, hit like, and United got one more game to go in this definitely interesting season.